for number 2, we have a fish tank holds 6.1 liters of water when full. What's the volume in cubic meters? So this says pitcher, we can just use fish tank. And for this, we're going to go ahead and have to change from 6.1 liters, and we're going to have to change that using a conversion factor and get our answer as cubic meters. So for that, we can tell in setting up our conversion factor that this is going to end up being what goes into our answer. So cubic meters go on the top, and liters has to cross cancel. So liters goes on the bottom. So that's how we figure out what goes on the bottom, and of course 6.1 can go over 1. Now an important thing to understand here is what this conversion factor is. So we have a cubic meter, which simply means you have a cube, and this cube is 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. So it has 3 different directions, goes across, 1, it goes back this way, 2, and then up and down, that's 3. So meters times meters times meters. And a meter is a little bit more than a yard. So imagine a box that is a cube that is larger than a yard all 3 ways. So it's quite a large box. And then when we have a liter, we're talking about, for instance, a half size of a 2-liter bottle of pop. So we're basically talking about a pop bottle. So we have a liter and we have the cubic meter. So we have to come up with a conversion factor. So our conversion factor, we already said, was going to have cubic meters on the top, and the bottom is going to be liters. So here we can tell which is the largest. Of course, that's going to be our box. So that's 1. And then we have to know how many, for instance, pop bottles, or half of a 2-liter, are going to go in here. So if we started pouring pop bottles in here, we'd have to basically kind of think, this is the metric system, and we use these numbers over and over again. 10, 100, 1,000. So if we started pouring bottles of pop into a box that is 1 meter cubed, it's going to take a lot of them. So that's going to be 1,000. So it's going to take 1,000 liters. So 1 cubic meter is the same as 1,000 liters. So 1 and 1,000. Now that we have this set up, cancel our liters. That gives us this to go into our answer, and we get 6.1 over 1,000. And then of course when we divide, we're using 3 places, and since we're dividing, we're going to get smaller, so we're going to go backwards 3 places. Here's where our new decimal point is going to be. Okay. And then we're going to just fill these in with zeros. So that's less than, that is less than a cubic meter. And of course, that kind of makes sense, because if you have just 6 bottles of pop, it's not going to fill that at all.